Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Two Grown Men.
Good evening, everybody.
As usual, my name is Yemi, and with me is my brother.
Allow me.
Hi, allow me. How are you? What's going on?
Yeah, not bad. It's been quite a while, everyone.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Life is lifing us hard.
Yes, but we have to keep moving. That's what life is about. Life is about moving.
But moving. Yeah.
I want us to just talk about this movie that everyone's talking about. Love in Every Word. Have you seen this movie?
No, but you know I'm useless with those things.
Well,
you can't judge by my standard.
I'm not really a rom-com person myself, but I had to find out about this film because it gathered 18 million views in less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks? Something like
that.
Yeah.
Wow. Great that's amazing. That's
amazing work by Omani
Oboli. Yeah.
And her team, the actors, director, all the people that sort of like got involved.
Put it together.
Yeah. So love in every word. I saw this film, rom-com. Yeah, it's not going to be a movie review, but I mentioned the views and I mentioned the impact this film has been making over the last couple of weeks. As you know, Nollywood has been a powerhouse in African storytelling, drama, culture, relatable narratives, comedy. But then the way our Nollywood content has been consumed or is being consumed continues to change.
It's changing, it's evolving.
Yes, it continues to change. So if we had the traditional cinemas in the 60s, 70s, the Herbert Egunde type of movies, and then we saw what happened with Penn Cinema and a lot of these cinemas just closing down. And then we had a renaissance back with the likes of Silverbird Cinemas with Ben Bruce and a few other people springing up, the last, say, 15, 20 years, to now moving to Netflix. And now we have YouTube's digital revolution, for the lack of a better word, on how it's been a game changer. But for me, there's been a rise in YouTube Nollywood, right? So Netflix, and why I say there's a rise in YouTube Nollywood is, I mean, you're an Nigerian, so you can keep me honest here. I mean, how many people will really have the money to be able to subscribe consistently for Netflix? I don't think their numbers are great. I don't think Amazon's numbers are great, which is why I think they were trying to, either they've exited or they're thinking of exiting. I can't remember which one is which.
They have,
so it was to do with the numbers. So they had this project, how businessmen now and women have projected numbers in 5 years,
200 million Nigerians.
And then they found out that there's no way
they have numbers, but not consumers.
Yes. So I just wanted us to talk about it. Why do you think Nollywood is moving to YouTube? Because it's not just love in every word, but like the Yoruba movies that I watch, some of them I've not seen one in a while, but there's been a lot of there's a huge amount of content that is on Nollywood, that is on YouTube, Nollywood content that is on YouTube. Why do you think we're seeing this transition, this movement from the media that I mentioned earlier to YouTube? What do you think?
So many factors, I think. So, with COVID and the expansion of Netflix, I think COVID did so much for Netflix in terms of expansion. It's expanding its customer base. And I think with the popularity of, a few Nigerian movies, and then things like how it shifts toward Nollywood was becoming more popular, on digital platforms, Nigeria was, and so there was a conscious effort by Netflix and then by Amazon to invest in homegrown content, in financing or telling our story. But I think that, like you've hinted, like you've alluded to, the returns were not commensurate with the investment and with their projections. So I think there was a pullback in reduction of how much they're actually exposing themselves to and all that. YouTube is unique. YouTube is a free platform. It's a platform that, and with the monetization that they've done, pretty much, if I make a movie and I get, like you said, 13 million views in
18 million.
18 million views in X period.
Yeah.
It might not repay my investment the way if I had 18 million streams on Netflix might do. I don't know what the numbers are. But but part of Netflix is Netflix is subscription based, right? But with YouTube, it's free. All you have, as long as you have data on your device, you can stream. And I don't think the amount of data that a YouTube movie consumes is similar to what a Netflix movie consumes. And then how do you consume these? I mean, we see the analytics on our channel, and we see how much of our channel is consumed on the small screen on our phones, right? Phones and iPads. The majority of our viewers are streaming us on their phones. I have never streamed a Netflix movie on my phone. It just doesn't make sense to me. Never. But I would watch a YouTube video on my phone. But I feel like that format is too small for me to enjoy a movie. I like to say I like film too much to watch it on that small format. So I won't. But for the majority of people, that is the only format they have to consume this digital media.
Yes.
Not everybody has it. Believe it or not everybody has a TV at home. So we have our domestic staff, right? Yeah, I live in Nigeria. We have domestics. How many of our domestic staff have a TV in their room?
Yeah, good question.
But most of them have they have a smartphone.
Yes.
And how many, like you said, how many people can afford to subscribe to Netflix and Prime? And what are they going there to watch? In this house, we have, so my kids, actually, shout out to Omoni Oboli. My kids have, my family is watching her quite a bit. I'm the renegade that's not really, but I've come down a few times and seen them watch, stream several of her movies. And then that's prompted me to dive down this rabbit hole where I've now gone and looked at other movie makers. Today, I discovered Mr. Macaroni's channel. So people are actually out there setting up their own studios and releasing their own. And it truly is amazing. If you remember the first time on our first episode of this channel, we talked about the digital revolution.
Yes.
And how it's giving everybody a voice.
Yes.
Now, here we are. Okay? About a year later, right? And we're back to this digital thing. Okay, talking about, how it's maybe we're slow to come into this aspect of it. But how it's not just skit makers now, it's full-on movies.
It's full-on
on YouTube. Full-on movies now. There's a whole movement of movies on, and it's not just the stupid movies. Because there are a lot of movies on YouTube, that would not have been released anywhere else. The old school Nollywood style, that are part 1, part 2, part 10. Those guys are the old school Nollywood movies are being released on YouTube. They've been on YouTube for a long time.
Yes.
Right, but now it's the Omoni Obolis of this world. It's the Mr. Macaronis. It's the Falls of this world. It's the new age, the new era of movie makers, of artists who are now choosing to. I guess it's also the politics of how do you even get funding. Imagine there are like God knows how many movies, how many people, how many studios out there competing for the same budgets.
Yes.
But with YouTube, I guess, somebody sent me a pitch deck the other day for a movie that was supposed to be released on YouTube. And if you're not out there, maybe the budget will be smaller and cool. But there's a need for, again, that small format storytelling. And there's a time and a place for it. If it means that story that would ordinarily not have been told because there was no funding from Netflix or from Prime, if it means that story gets told, maybe it means it gets told without all the extras.
Yes.
But the story gets told. It's now in a simpler format. There's not much action. Maybe you dial down to the purity of the story without too many embellishments. Maybe you're not now showing us stock footage. I know how Nollywood would be. They show you these people driving in the car for 5 minutes. Maybe you don't get those. Maybe you don't get the fluff, and you just get, more efficient. More efficient filmmaking.
Yes.
Why not?
Yes.
Or what do you think?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. You made some great points. Direct monetization. Creators that are not only making money from AdSense revenue, which is the money that people make from ads. So there's a profit sharing formula between YouTube and the creator of the content, but you can get brand deals. So people can actually, if your channel is growing, or people can say, okay, Money's love it in every word, or Mr. Macaroni, we want you to be the face of Glow, or we want you to be the face of this business or that business, or some other opportunities that may arise based on that. You can sell direct merchandise, their sponsorships, etc., etc. So you're not having to constantly go back to Netflix and they're like, oh, your numbers didn't do well, so we can't give you money for your next movie. There's nothing like that with YouTube. If your numbers don't do well, you do the next video, you do the next movie.
It's on you.
You pace it as you want. So I like the control that comes with. And then to add to that, there's a faster, and you touched on it as well, there's a faster production cycle and release. So you're not waiting for cinema distribution times. They're having to slot you in. Oh, Funke Akindele is doing a movie that weekend, so all the movies are fully booked up. Or J. Mike is doing a movie the following weekend. Everyone, all of the politics that goes on in the movie industry, you don't get all that. You release it when you want to release it. And then streaming deals as well. You don't have to wait for streaming deals, which can take some time. So you can release your content instantly. Then engagement. I like the engagement that comes with traditional mediums. You can't really put comments on your Netflix video. If you watch Netflix, you can't. It's not that engaging. So I like the engagement, the audience engagement
That's a good point.
Platform gives you. You can comment, you can share, like. Where that now segues to the next point. If you're here for the first time, please like our content.
Though. Support us, please.
Yes.
Like, subscribe, share, keep it. It encourage us, please. Let us know what you like watching.
Absolutely.
It encourages us to keep going, because this can be a drudge.
Yes,
it can be an absolute drag.
Yes.
Tonight we're dealing with,
like you said earlier,
technical issues. But we also want to apologize. Tonight we're dealing with technical issues. For some bizarre reason, my video keeps freezing and cutting out. We've had to restart the router several times today.
Yes.
And at some point, it felt like village people were after this thing. They don't want us to.
You don't want this body to go, but not lie.
These village people. And then we just thought, you know what? We're just not going to let this get us down. We're just going to work. And so
we're definitely.
I appreciate your support. Please, a like, your comments, share the video with someone. And if you want to be a part of the show, please send us an email. We're at 2grownmen@gmail.com. We're 2grownmen on Twitter X. We're 2grownmen on Instagram. Just want to be part of the show, send us a message, and we'll put you on the show.